The final character for the first Fighters Pass for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate has officially been revealed, and... Anyways, today I wanted to rank the 5 challenger packs we've got for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate so far, from worst to best. This will include Joker, Hero, Banjo, Terry, and Byleth. Now, I personally don't have any connection to any of these characters, so my personal hype for them won't be much of a factor. The packs will mostly be rated on based on how fun the character is to play, but they'll also be judged on the music, stage, and spirits they bring as well. But before we begin, it turns out that only about 10% of you that watch my videos are actually subscribed to the channel, so if you enjoyed this video, then it would mean a lot to me if you hit that subscribe button. But with that out of the way, let's rank all 5 fighters from the worst to the best. Okay, so normally before doing something like this, I'd wait for them all to be released. But I'm 100% sure Byleth would be last place anyways. First, let's start with the good things. Their alts are some of the best in the game, as they seem to be representing each of a different character from 3 houses. And the final good thing is that their uppy looks sick, and I'll be going for that every single time I play them. But with the good stuff out of the way, gosh is Byleth boring. We were all thinking that the final fighter would be someone big, and someone from a new series, but nope, we got another Fire Emblem rep. That makes 8 now, and visually, many of them look the same or similar, including Byleth. Now, I've never played Fire Emblem, but even if I had, they should not have 8 fighters, which mind you is more than Kirby, more than Animal Crossing, and by far most baffling of all, more than Zelda. Now, out of the Fire Emblem characters, he does seem to play fairly uniquely. However, he just looks like another Marth. What's worse is that he is the only DLC fighter in the past that's not from a new franchise. Fire Emblem is boring to me personally, and I've never been a fan of their music. This new stage looks better than all the other Fire Emblem stages in Smash Ultimate right now, but I'm still not going to play on it much. It's still not really my cup of tea. Byleth certainly shouldn't have been last. I think it would have been best if he was to be switched with Hero or Banjo in the double reveal at E3. That way, if you were disappointed in him, he was combined with an actual hype character. I know a lot of people also say that Pokemon and Mario have a lot of fighters as well, but they seem to ignore that both series have over 300 million units and 600 million units for Mario. They also ignore that each Mario and Pokemon character are distinct in design and playstyle. Each one of them look completely different from the other, and you can't really say the same about Fire Emblem characters. It says something to me when people are still wanting more Mario characters like Waluigi and Geno, but everyone loathes Fire Emblem. But anyways, that's enough ranting. At the very least, there are at least 6 more fighters coming, but man, what a mediocre way to end the pass. And also, if you like Byleth, good for you. It's really great that you had someone else you can enjoy, but don't hate on anybody for not liking them, and don't hate on people for liking them. As you can see, it's a very controversial character in the Smash community right now, so it's okay to have opinions, just don't attack other people. Now I need to be very careful with what I say here as to not upset people. Out of all the characters themselves, it's definitely my favorite because I know much more about them than the other DLC characters. But again, I don't have any personal connection to them, or any of the characters, so I'm going mostly off of gameplay here, so I'm going to have to give the number 4 spot to Banjo and Kazooie. Look, I am super happy that they made it in, but playing them is a bit hard for me. Everything feels just a slight bit off. Their speed, strength, weight, etc., which makes it very hard for me to play them. Their stage with hazards off Spiral Mountain makes me really dizzy, however its Omega form is great. The amount of detail is amazing in the stage. Speaking of, Banjo brought a lot of good music with him as well. Banjo does have a lot of cool moves, but like I said earlier, something about them just feels off to me. Now, Banjo and Kazooie are practically tied with number 3. I just find the next one a bit more fun to play. Keep in mind that I don't hate Banjo and Kazooie, and I'm super happy for all the people that wanted them in. They just aren't really for me to play personally, and I don't really like their stage gimmick much. Overall though, still a great character choice that I'm super glad made it in. Next up on the list is Terry Bogard. I like pretty much all of Terry's moves, and he has one of the best taunts in the game in my opinion. I love all the combos you can do on the spot, and his go meter is very interesting along with his extra side special. He's definitely really fun to play. I also like his ults. Specifically, my favorite one is the yellow one. My main gripe with Terry though are his command inputs, because I'll always be in the middle of a combo, and then a side B would activate and then I just die. But aside from that issue, Terry is fun to play. Unfortunately, it's kind of a big issue, which hinders my ability to have fun with him a lot. However, his other moves are so satisfying that they kind of balance each other out. Terry's stage is also really cool in all forms. It's got a very cool mechanic in its normal form, where you have to deal enough knockback to the opponent in order for them to go straight through the invisible walls. Terry also brought a ton of music, 50 tracks, by far the most of any of the DLC characters, and even some of the mainline Nintendo franchises already in Smash Ultimate. Now Terry's other main problem for me is that I had never heard of SNK and Fatal Fury before the Smash leaks. However, I was okay with him being added in, because he looked really fun to play, and came from a new franchise with what seems to be a rich history. Plus, Sans was also announced the same day, so I couldn't really be that mad.
Oh my god, Sans!
But yeah, Terry gets third for being really fun, and the extra content he brought. However, he does have a few issues which keep him from being higher. Now I'm not a Persona fan myself, but dang do I love Joker in Smash. His playstyle is quick and fun. He's a very strong character, especially when he gets Arson. I like pretty much all of his moves, and to me playing him is a blast, and I don't really have any issues with his playstyle. It's fun to do quick combos or edge guards with Joker, with his amazing aerials. All of his moves work well together, which makes him an easy character to pick up and play, and just have fun with. The only real annoying thing about Joker is playing against him, since he's clearly one of the best, if not the best character in the game. But I've gotten used to going against him, so I don't even have any issues with that anymore. But we absolutely can't talk about Joker without mentioning the other stuff he brought. Out of the DLC, his music selection, in my opinion, is the best. Persona 5 is always great to listen to. His stage, stylistic-wise, is also my favorite, as long as it is in Persona 5 colors. I'm not really a fan of the other ones. Joker's Final Smash is also my favorite from the DLC, maybe even my favorite in the whole game. And it also has its own game-ending screen. Joker is definitely one of the best characters in the past, and was an amazing way to start. His playstyle and additional content is great, which is why he's number 2. Honestly, he's basically tied with number 1. Well, there's only one more character left. My favorite DLC Fighter's Pass character is Hero. Now, I like to think of myself as a somewhat competitive player, but Hero is just way too fun to use. He's definitely my most played of the DLC characters, as whenever I play with my brother, we'll always pick him as our first battle with each other. His random elements just make him so genuinely fun to play as. Hero's main move is of course his down special, where he can get many random different spells. It's super fun to just roll the dice and see what you get. Some of my favorite spells are Bounce, Accelerate, Kaboom, and Kamikaze, because it's way too funny to use. This character is never one I'd play seriously, just because of how random it is, but he's certainly one of the most fun, chill characters to play in Smash. Getting crits with his smashes, or getting a good move by just spamming down B, is so much fun with a group of people. On top of just his random elements, his other moves are fun as well. My main exceptions would be his up smash, as it doesn't really feel right because it's such a small hitbox. On top of his moveset, his other things are also pretty cool as well. Hero's got, in my opinion, the best ult of the DLC as he brings 3 other characters with him, although I still use his main ult, the Luminary. His stage and his music are also pretty solid. Not nearly as cool as Joker, but solid nonetheless. Now, like I said, I don't really have any connection with any of the DLC characters, and that remains true with Hero. I was originally one of the people that loathed his addition. However, after seeing gameplay of him, I was hooked. And also, Dragon Quest is definitely big enough to get a slot in Smash, and it's not like Terry where I hadn't heard of him before. Dragon Quest is super popular and definitely deserves the spot. Like I said, Hero and Joker are nearly tied. However, Hero is much more fun to play, so in my opinion, he just barely edges Joker out as my favorite character in the Fighter's Pass. However, this could really go either way, and I could see it changing in the future, but as of now, Hero is just a lot more fun to me personally than Joker right now. They're both fun, but Hero's just more fun, so he takes the number 1 spot. But anyways, that's it for this video. In conclusion, I think this Fighter's Pass was great. So many fan-requested characters, and while I might not be too into their games myself, they are each fun to play as. And then there's Byleth. But anyways, with 6 new fighters on the way, maybe I'll get a character that I personally want in, like Steve from Minecraft or Dry Bones. What's your ranking, and was I hating on Byleth too much? Let me know in the comments. Like I said earlier, only about 10% of you that watch my videos are subscribed, so I'd greatly appreciate it if you subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed the video. Links to my Twitter and Discord server are linked in the description below if you want to go check them out. But anyways, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.